Buckle up because the basketball world is moving fast, and we have the biggest updates you need to hear right now. First up, Cooper Flagg is setting the record straight about his arrival in the NBA. The rookie sensation just revealed on the old man, and the three that the Dallas Mavericks were never even on his radar before draft night. He opens up about the nerve-wracking experience of the lottery and his struggle to keep a stoic face while realizing he was heading to Texas. So you definitely do not want to miss his candid take on his path to becoming the franchise cornerstone for the Mavs.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Next, let us talk about a major potential shakeup in the Western Conference as the Dallas Mavericks look to bolster their interior defense. With the Oklahoma City Thunder dominating the playoffs and showcasing incredible depth, there is growing speculation that they might decline a team option on Isaiah Hartenstein this offseason. If he hits free agency, Dallas could have the perfect opening to land a veteran center who brings the exact level of playmaking and rebounding the team has been desperately missing. Moving over to the Memphis Grizzlies, where the 2025-26 season ended in a tough reality check following a brutal injury crisis. After finishing with a disappointing record, the team is forced to look back at a year where stars like Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Brandon Clark were plagued by persistent health issues. It is a story of how a promising roster was derailed by bad luck, leaving the front office with one clear, singular goal: getting everyone healthy to restart their climb back to playoff contention. Finally, all eyes are on the Washington Wizards and their high-stakes approach to the upcoming 2026 NBA draft. While the mocks are busy linking them to the usual suspects, there is a bold case being made for Arkansas standout Darius Acuff Jr. as the ultimate target for the nation's capital. Even with Trae Young and Anthony Davis leading the way, the front office is looking for that next-level building block to secure their future, and this potential pick could be the game changer they need. If you want to stay ahead of the curve on every trade, draft pick, and superstar move, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a beat. Ever wonder what it's like to be the most hyped prospect on the planet, only to land in a city that wasn't even on your radar? That is exactly the reality Cooper Flagg faced on draft night. In a recent sit-down on The Old Man and the Three, the young phenom dropped a bombshell. He never once pictured himself wearing a Mavericks jersey. Think about the irony here. Flagg, fresh off his standout days at Duke, was the consensus #1 pick for 2025. While everyone else was locked in on the Jazz, Wizards, or Hornets, the teams with the highest odds, the Mavericks pulled off a literal miracle, jumping from a measly 1.8% chance to land the top spot. It was pure chaos for a franchise still processing the shock of moving on from Luka Doncic. Flagg admits he was a wreck that night. He arrived at the Barclays Center 4 hours early, and the pressure was so intense he was literally sweating through his suit. And get this, his agent had him on a stoic mandate. If the pick went to a team he wasn't thrilled about, he was strictly forbidden from letting his face tell the truth. So there he is, standing on stage, waiting for his future to be decided, while trying his hardest to keep a stone-cold expression even when he was genuinely excited about the possibility of playing in Texas. When his name was called, the unlikely became reality. What started as a total surprise has turned into the most important lifeline for Dallas basketball. Flagg isn't just surviving the pressure. He's carrying the hopes of an entire fan base on his back, proving that sometimes the best destination is the one you never saw coming. Are you buying into the hype, or is the weight of the Mavs' legacy too much for even a generational talent to bear? Hit that like button and let me know your take in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the stories shaping the NBA. After all, in this league, the craziest scripts are usually the ones that actually happen. Could the Oklahoma City Thunder accidentally hand the Dallas Mavericks the missing piece to a championship puzzle? It sounds wild, but after the Thunder's absolute clinic against the Phoenix Suns in Game 1, it's becoming clear that OKC is playing a different game than the rest of the league. And that level of dominance might actually force them to let a major talent walk. We are talking about Isaiah Hartenstein. With a $28.5 million team option looming, OKC faces the classic, too much of a good thing problem. They are stacked, they are expensive, and as we saw with the Celtics roster shakeups recently, winning at a high level sometimes means making brutal business decisions to avoid the dreaded second apron penalties. If Sam Presti decides to prioritize long-term financial flexibility, Hartenstein becomes the most interesting free agent on the market. For Dallas, this is a massive. What if that could turn into a reality? The Mavs have struggled with consistency down low, and let's be honest, Derek Lively's injury history is a real cause for concern. Adding a veteran with Hartenstein's basketball IQ, elite screen setting, and playmaking ability would be a game changer. Imagine a rotation where Lively learns the ropes from Hartenstein, giving Jason Kidd the luxury of keeping the paint locked down 48 minutes a night. It's a move that would immediately vault Dallas back into serious contention. Now, I want to hear from you. Would you move on from a guy like Gafford to clear the path for a veteran like Hartenstein, or is the risk too high? Drop a comment below and let's talk hoops. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives, and remember, in the NBA, the best moves aren't just made on the court, they're made in the front office. Imagine heading into an NBA season with championship aspirations, only to watch your roster disintegrate before the first tip-off even occurs. For the Memphis Grizzlies, the 2025-26 season wasn't just a disappointment. It was an absolute masterclass in bad luck. Finishing with a dismal 25-57 record is a far cry from the playoff caliber basketball we expected. But to understand this collapse, you have to look past the scoreboard and into the training room. It was supposed to be a bounce-back year, but instead, it became a revolving door of medical reports. Everything spiraled before the season even tipped. We're talking about core pieces like Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Brandon Clark, names that define this franchise, all sidelined with injuries that often required surgery. Even when guys fought their way back, the injury bug would strike again, preventing any real momentum from taking hold. It was a chaotic, nightly guessing game of who would actually suit up. During those early months, the team had to rely on a ragtag group of role players and deep bench pieces like Jalen Wells and Cam Spencer, just to keep the lights on. They deserve massive credit for battling, but you can only hold the dam together for so long with tape and grit. The absolute breaking point? By April 10th against the Utah Jazz, the Grizzlies were down to just 6 healthy players. 6. In the modern NBA, you simply cannot compete at a high level when you're forced to play a skeleton crew. Now, skeptics will say that injuries are just part of the game and every team deals with them. And sure, that's technically true, but what Memphis endured wasn't a standard part of the game. It was an anomaly of catastrophic proportions that made building any semblance of chemistry impossible. Looking ahead, the mission is simple: get healthy and stay there. As the team pivots toward the draft and a fresh rebuild, the priority has to be stability. If they can cement a consistent starting 5 and a reliable bench, the chemistry will follow. This team has the talent, but talent doesn't win games from the sidelines. Do you think Memphis can turn this around, or is it time for a total roster overhaul? Smash that subscribe button and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. At the end of the day, a team is only as strong as its foundation, and for Memphis, that foundation starts with staying on the court. Everyone in DC is obsessing over the AJ Dybantsa sweepstakes, but let's be real. When has the lottery ever been kind to the Wizards? If you followed this team long enough, you know we need a backup plan, and the most logical choice isn't the name you keep seeing on every mock draft. Forget the obvious candidates. The player who could actually transform this franchise is flying right under the radar. Look, I get it. The common narrative says we should lean into guys like Darren Peterson or Cameron Boozer if we miss out on the top spot. But if you're looking for a true game changer, you need to look at Arkansas standout Darius Acuff Jr. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, don't we already have a loaded backcourt? Between Tree Young, Tree Johnson, and Bub Carrington, the depth chart is looking crowded. But here is the genius of picking up Acuff. He's an elite scorer with a natural feel for the game that you simply cannot teach. He doesn't just score, he carries teams when the pressure is at its absolute peak. Even Trae Young has been shouting out this kid's potential, and when a star player validates a prospect's ceiling, you listen. While we're currently building around the Young and Anthony Davis era, we have to be smart about the horizon. Is Trae Johnson our long-term cornerstone, or is he destined to be a high-end co-star? Bringing in a talent like Acuff gives the Wizards the insurance and the firepower to stop just hoping to compete and start dominating the East for years to come. It's time to stop drafting for the headlines and start drafting for the championship. What do you think? Is Acuff the missing piece of the puzzle, or are we set at guard? Drop a comment below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the Wizards' future. After all, the difference between a rebuild and a dynasty usually comes down to one bold decision.